Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. We are from Group 3 and will present about Chapter 12, Organizational Culture. First, let me introduce to our team members. I am Nur Shazwani binti Yaakob, and clockwise Nurul Husna binti Arifin, then Zainida binti Muhammad Tarmidi, followed by Nur Ashikin binti Ari, and last but not least, Nur Haifa binti Azahar. Before we are explain more about organizational culture, we have to understand what organizational culture is first. So here it is. The simple meaning of organizational culture is the underlying belief, assumptions, values, and ways of interacting that contribute to the unique social and psychological environment of an organization. Basically, organizational culture includes an organization's expectations, experiences, philosophy, as well as the values that guide member behavior and is expressed in member self-image, inner workings, interactions with the outside world, and future expectations. Culture is based on shared attitudes, belief, custom, and written and unwritten rules that have been developed over time and are considered valid. Simply stated, organizational culture is the way things are done around here.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Rahaba binti Azhar and I will present about profile and elements in organizational culture. The first point for a profile in organizational culture is innovative. Individuals who want opportunity to invent new product or service should consider working for companies, and this approach can result in a wide range of exciting new product. Okay, the next point is aggressive. Although some companies value cooperation, others value aggressive competition. Sometimes aggressive approach has gotten the company into legal battles, and yet the company has continued to perform well. The third point is team-oriented. Employees who like to collaborate and cooperate with team members do well in team-oriented company. For example, expect each employee to function as a members of team and to support other members of the team where necessary. This will create strong, solid relationship within working group. The last point is people-oriented. If we work for a people-oriented corporation, we can expect the company to care about us. They value fairness and are supportive of individuals' rights and dignity. Okay, let's move to elements in organizational culture. The first point is values. We should strive to make our company values a core part of our organizational culture. Start by clearly laying out the values that make our company what it is. Use straightforward language that all employees will easily understand. And simply stating this will have a little effect, of course, to ensure that we can start with training leaders and managers on how to exhibit our company values in their action consistently. Next is employee voice. In organization with a great culture, employees feel comfortable expressing their true thought. Ensure managers know how to encourage and accept feedback from employees. And we need to use our employee engagement platform to collect the data, see where opportunity for improvement lie, and guide managers to act on the result collaborative with their teams. Last but not least is leadership. If our employees believe in their managers and our company leadership, we are set up for success. That's true to saying that employees don't leave companies, they leave managers. Ensure our leaders act as example in all areas of our company, from recognition to wellness, and emphasize that need to maintain two-way communication with all team members. The last point is recognition. Recognition is the single largest contributor to winning company culture and the biggest driver of employee engagement to the board. Even in the most difficult times like those organizations across the world face while adapting to the new normal, recognition makes team members feel supported and part of a greater whole. Every employee wants to know that their efforts are appreciated when they do key performance indicators with employee engagement, productivity, and retention rise.
Culture is all around us, especially in organization. Too often, we assume that establishing a culture is something that we need to physically create or recreate and that it is separate and apart from the daily activities of our life. The truth is, culture exists all around us and is a reflection of who we are, what we stand for, and how we operate even if we haven't purposely created it. In the context of organization, culture is being created and recreated every single day. It is evidenced in our mission, vision, and values, which is what we most often associate with the ideal of corporate culture, but it is most reorganizable in the artifact of organizational life. An artifact is defined as a man-made object that has some kind of cultural significance. Work-related artifacts include our processes, policies, and procedures as well as our technologies, daily interaction, and the environments we create. They can be even found in the method in which we address each other, the way we conduct ourselves in meetings, our tone of voice on the telephone, and our interaction in the lunchroom. Each day, these artifacts are being established, some inadvertently, while others are strategically formed. The interesting thing is that they are forming and transforming constantly, and we are a part of them even when we may not realize of it. A recent infographic perfectly sums up the concept of organizational artifact and the importance of managing not just the visible ones but the underlying ones as well. Just as the iceberg that sunk the Titanic, up to 90% of an organization artifact and values that make up its culture are often below the surface. This means that those steering the ship, in the case of the Titanic, or the leader responsible for the buoyant vessel that is your business, are only seeing 1/10 of the artifact that make up the culture of the organization. With the right leadership and a culture artifact can positively ignite your organization. Without proper leadership, they can be your biggest liability. Being mindful that your organization is constantly creating this artifact while making an effort to foster the positive, effective, and productive one is crucial. Artifact is divided into four categories, which is stories and legend, ritual and ceremonies, organizational language, and physical structure symbols. In stories and legend, social prescription of desire and undesired behavior provides a realistic human side to expectation, and most effective stories and legend is to describe a real people, assumed to be true, known throughout the organization, and are prescriptive. For ritual and ceremonies, in ritual is a program routine. Example, how visitors are greeted. For the ceremonies is a planned activities for an audience. For example, award ceremonies, wedding ceremonies, birthday parties, and etc. For organizational language, it is a words used to address people, describe customers, and etc. Leaders use phrases and special vocabulary as cultural symbol. Language also found in subcultures. In physical structure symbol, building structure, the shape is different between others and it reflects culture. In the office design also conveys cultural meaning. For example, the type of furniture, office size, wall hangings, and etc.
Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Husna binti Arifin and I would like to present about strengthening organizational culture. Strengthening organizational culture are divided by four categories. First, actions of founders and leaders. Second, aligning artifacts. Third, introducing culturally consistent rewards. And last one is attracting, selecting, socializing employees. Point number one, actions of founders and leaders. The culture of the organization begins with its founders and leaders. Founders set the tone, emphasizing what is most important and what should be made a priority later. They are frequently visionaries who serve as powerful role models for others to emulate. According to experts, the company's culture can sometimes reflect the founder's personality, and this cultural imprint can last for decades. Point number two, aligning artifacts. Artifacts are more than just are significant indicators of a company's culture. There are also mechanisms that maintain the culture. Managers can potentially change organizational culture by changing this artifact or creating new ones. Stories and legends are a type of artifact that can help to reshape the culture of an organization. Leaders can take an active role in creating memorable events that become stories later on. As an example, building structure, communicating stories, and transferring culture carriers. Point number 3, introducing culturally consistent reward. Introduce culturally consistent rewards and recognition is when there is a reward system and informal recognition are artifacts yet they deserve separate discussion because of the powerful effect on strengthening or reshaping an organization culture. The variety of reward that employees can receive in exchange for their contribution of time and effort can be classified as either extrinsic or intrinsic reward. Extrinsic rewards are external to the work itself. As an example, extrinsic rewards include wages and salary, promotion and recognition and praise from others. On the other hand, intrinsic rewards represent those rewards that are related directly to performing the job. Point number 4. Attracting, selecting, and socializing employees. Organizational culture is maintained through a process known as attraction, selection, attrition. First, employees are attracted to organizations where they will fit in. In other words, different job applicants will find different cultures to be attractive. Someone who has a competitive nature may feel comfortable and prefer to work in a company where interpersonal competition is the norm. Others may prefer to work in a team-oriented workplace. Research shows that employees with different personality traits find different cultures attractive.
We have three stages of socialization, which is pre-employment stage, encounter stage, and role management. Pre-employment. This is the part where we can learn about prospective organization, and this is part where the employment form relationship expectation. For the encounter part, this is a test expectation against perceived realities. So this is for a newcomer, and for the role management, for the insider. So it is a good time to strengthen work relationship, and we can practice new role behavior and resolve. And this time is to resolve all the work and non-work conflicts inside the organizational. So for the functions of strong corporate cultures, to keep and attract for a high talent, companies need to build and sustain a great organizational culture. So what are the functions of strong culture? So we have three, which is control system, social glue, and sense making. Control system. It is quickly becoming a necessity for every company to success in today's market. Social control really influence employee decision and their behavior. Employees want to feel like their jobs matters and works for a company with value similar to their own. So for the social glue, it is very important to have fun, but the most important is to establish meaningful core values and create an atmosphere of trust, caring, and support. This is how to make them feel like a part of the organization. Then, for the sense making, culture evolves and needs to constant attention to ensure its success. They need to help making sense of what goes on and why things happen in an organization. There is a reason why to have a very good corporate culture. When all the functions of strong culture well followed, we can achieve an organizational outcomes where the organizational outcome increase and employees well-being good. Culture strength advantage will depends on three reasons. There is environment fit, not cult-like, and adaptive culture.
Hi, my name is Nur Ashiki binti Ari. Today, I will explain about problem and how to improve organizational culture. Common organizational culture problems can include: first is turnover is too high. If people are leaving the company regular to get better jobs in short time, that means the organization has turnover problem and a culture problem. The solution is once again to back off on rules and policy and give employees a voice. It's amazing how people will join in and make great suggestions if only they are respect for what they know and what they bring to the organizations. The next point is poor communication and poor leaderships. Employees may not communicate well with each other and could feel uncomfortable about approach supervisor with ideas, suggestions, and concerns. Company not clear expectation and goals, which can make staff members confused about what they are supposed to be doing. Employees may have trouble following people they not respect or taking orders from supervisors who would not appear to know what they are doing. If leadership is weak, it can contribute to organization culture problems. The last point is ignore shared assumptions. Only by observe employees, analyze their decisions and debriefing them on their actions will these assumptions rise to the surface. For transforming organizational culture is a win-win for both the employer and employees. The main point first is realistic job review or RJP. RJP is a method of improving organization socializations in which job applications are given a balance of positive and negative info about the job and work content. Second point is socializations agents. Socializations agents are a combination of social groups and social institutions that provide the first experience of socializations. For example, in organizational culture is supervisor and co-workers. Supervisor is a give technical information, performance feedback and job duties. Co-workers is ideal when accessible, role models, or tolerant and supportive. Last but not least, organizations that know they have organizational culture problems can define them, creating lists of examples to understand the specific of the issues that must be addressed. With this information in hand, they can start to address the situations. That's all for today. Thank you, class.